Let's talk about capital gains tax. Let's break down the costs that may be tax deductible when selling your home. Again, let's go over a few things that aren't tax deductible. How do you make sure you maximize your tax benefits when selling your home? Are you thinking about selling your home in Denver and wondering what tax deductions you might be eligible for? You're not alone. Many homeowners want to know which costs can help reduce their tax bill when they sell. While we're not tax professionals, we work closely with experts to help our clients navigate this process. I'm John Grant with the North Star team at Compass and your Denver Real Estate Pro. Today, we'll break down what may be deductible when selling a home. Before we get started, I always want to hear from you. What are your biggest questions about selling your home? Let me know in the comments below. And while you're there, do me a huge favor and like, share, and subscribe for weekly insights into the Denver real estate market. Now let's dive in. Let's talk about capital gains tax, because this is the key factor that determines whether you even owe taxes when selling your home. Capital gains tax applies when you sell a home for more than you originally paid for it. But here's the good news. There's an IRS exemption for primary residences. If you've lived in your home for at least 2 out of the last 5 years before selling, you may qualify to exclude up to $250,000 of profit if you're single, or up to $500,000 if you're married and filing jointly. Let's look at an example. Say you bought a home in Denver for $800,000 a few years ago, and now you're selling it for $1 million. That means your profit is $200,000. If this was your primary residence for at least 2 of the past 5 years, that $200,000 in profit falls well below the $250,000 exclusion for single filers and the $500,000 exclusion for married couples filing jointly. In this case, you wouldn't owe any capital gains taxes on the sale. Now let's say you bought the home for $800,000 and due to Denver's strong real estate market, it sells for $1.5 million. That's a $700,000 profit. If you're single, the first $250,000 of that profit is tax-free, meaning you would owe capital gains tax on the remaining $450,000. If you're married and filing jointly, you can exclude up to $500,000, leaving only $200,000 subject to capital gains tax. This is where deductions can help lower your taxable amount and reduce what you owe. This means that in Denver's real estate market, where home values have appreciated significantly over the years, you might not owe any taxes at all if your profit falls under these limits. But if you do exceed these thresholds, that's when deductions become especially valuable in helping to offset your tax burden. Let's break down the costs that may be tax deductible when selling your home. Again, we always recommend checking with a tax professional to confirm your eligibility. But here are some common deductions sellers can benefit from. First, let's talk about selling costs. Many of the expenses directly related to the sale of your home can be deducted from your capital gains. This includes the commission you pay to your real estate agent, title insurance fees, legal and escrow fees, advertising and marketing expenses, and even home staging costs. The key is that these expenses must be directly tied to the sale and can only be deducted from your capital gains, not your regular income taxes. Another important deduction to consider is the cost of home improvements or repairs made specifically to sell your home. If you repainted, fixed minor issues like leaks or flooring, or upgraded your landscaping to improve curb appeal before listing, these costs may qualify as deductions. However, keep in mind that this only applies to work done to prepare the house for sale. If you remodeled your kitchen 5 years ago, that wouldn't count. Property taxes can also be partially deductible. If you sell your home midway through the year, you can deduct the portion of property taxes you paid before the closing date. Additionally, if you still had a mortgage when you sold your home, you may be able to deduct the mortgage interest you paid up until the sale date. This is especially valuable for homeowners who had larger loans with significant interest payments. Now that we've covered what may be deductible, let's go over a few things that aren't tax deductible when selling a home. This is just as important to understand. First, the original purchase price of your home is not deductible. While it does factor into your profit calculation, It's not something you can write off on your taxes. Another common misconception is that any improvements made over the years will count as deductions. That's not the case. Renovations, like a kitchen remodel or a new roof installed years before selling, are not deductible unless they were done specifically to prepare the home for sale. Homeowners insurance is another expense that, while necessary, does not qualify as a deduction. And finally, for most people, moving expenses are not deductible either. The only exception is for active duty military members relocating due to orders. So, how do you make sure you maximize your tax benefits when selling your home? The key is keeping detailed records of all selling related expenses. Save copies of all invoices, receipts, and closing documents, as this will help your tax professional determine what's deductible. It's also a great idea to review past tax returns to understand what deductions you've previously taken. Working with a tax professional who specializes in real estate sales is highly recommended, as they can help you navigate the process and ensure you're not leaving any money on the table. If you're selling a home in Denver, the North Star team at Compass is here to help you guide you through every step of the process. Selling your home is a big financial decision, and understanding your tax benefits can make a huge difference. While we're not tax advisors, we're here to connect you with the right professionals and ensure you get the best possible experience when selling your home in Denver. If you're thinking about selling, let's talk. The North Star team at Compass specializes in helping Denver homeowners get top dollar for their homes while navigating the process smoothly. Reach out to us today and let's get started. As always, thanks for watching, and remember, I want to hear from you. Ask any questions you may have in the comments below. And while you're there, do me a huge favor and like, share, and subscribe for weekly insights into the Denver real estate market. I'm John Grant with the North Star team at Compass and your Denver Real Estate Pro. I'll see you next time.